This is Apple Gamer 24/7. I'm here to give you guys a review today of the iPad 2. Now, I've had the iPad 2 for about 2 weeks, and I just want to give you guys my full review of it. And in the meantime, during this review, I will be using my experiences along with the 16 gig and the 32 gig iPad that I have here. The one that I'm currently have now, if you guys haven't been following my videos recently, is the white 32 gig. So that's why I just wanted to point out that before I start making this video. So going off of the design of the iPad, first of all, I'll talk about the black one. The black one does look really, really nice. I do like the black bezel. I think it makes it look a little bit more professional, a little more businessy. I think the black one's main geared towards business people and just people who don't really care about color. I think the white one that I have now is really cool. Many people don't think it's an iPad. Maybe other people think it's like a Kindle or something else. They're actually surprised that the iPad does come in white. So I think the people that want to stand out a little bit more from the crowd or just want something new will probably get the white. But I think the white appeals to a lot more people. It's a traditional Apple color. I think a lot of people, when they see the white, I think people will mainly go for white other than a black. So I really do like the color. I think the color option for me will be the white, but if black is your thing, knock yourself right out. So going over the design of the iPad, obviously it's the same thing from the last one. I'll probably put a picture of it somewhere. On the front, you still got your 9.7-inch screen. Along on the top, you get a front-facing camera. The camera megapixel is about 0.8, so they're not the best cameras, but they get the job done for what they're made for, which is mainly FaceTime. And you also got your home button. Down the bottom, you also get your volume rocker on one of the sides, and you also get your lock and mute switch depending on what you set to. And on the bottom, you get your 30-pin dock connector. So it's pretty much the same as last generation. Now, Apple's also got rid of the border around the iPad, so when you're holding the iPad, it doesn't feel as weighty, or you're holding a wall. You're holding something really flat and really smooth. And along in that process, Apple has made it 33% lighter and has cut the weight down from 1.5 pounds to 1.3 pounds. So the size and the weight is actually really nice. I really do like holding it compared to the last one. I actually held my white 32 gig iPad white and my dad's first generation iPad 32 gig. And just by feeling, I really preferred the iPad 2 in my hand. I think if I were to hold an iPad 1, I think I would have to use two hands. But if I'm mainly using the iPad 2, I can only use one hand, which I think is really nice when you're trying to do something quick. Some of the bad things about it is that the cameras aren't really that great. I think a lot of people were expecting 5 megapixel HD cameras. I prefer to like to see a 3 megapixel camera or even a 2 megapixel camera on the back, just something a little bit better for video chatting, because I don't think everybody's going to use FaceTime, and I don't think Skype's going to update their camera app anytime soon to make you take advantage of the iPad camera. But so far, when I've used it with Skype on the iPad, the rear-facing camera, you really have to get it straight. Other than that, it's going to be really out of focus and really grainy. And also when you're recording with the back camera, it does look really grainy and really fuzzy on the screen. But once you import it into iMovie, your favorite video editing software, it does look a lot better. So don't judge your video by the screen. Really judge it when you get it onto your computer. The back I don't really like. Now the problem with the back with me is that because I take it to school every day with me, I use it to write down assignments. I actually use it as a little computer with me pretty much every day. They do give me a laptop to use, but I barely even use it. So I mainly am using the iPad. And the one thing I do notice when I take it out of my bag, open the smart cover, and put it on my desk, I do notice that once I'm done using it, I go to put it away. I do see a little bit of white scuffs. Now that's something that the iPad 1 wouldn't do on me as much. I would get white scuffs, but it wouldn't give them so frequent, so I have to keep wiping it down. So if Apple can get the unibody design to be less scuff friendly and doesn't look as dirty, I think I would like it. But I don't really like the back because it scuffs really easily. And the final thing I don't like is the dock connector. The dock connector, on my other hand, on the bottom of the iPad is a little bit funny, so depending on which way you're going to plug your iPad into your computer or to the power outlet, it will not go in on the first time. It did take me quite a few tries to get the dock connector in on my first try along with the new iPad. Now, along with the new design and everything, Apple's also upgraded the processor inside the iPad. It has a dual-core A5 chip, which makes the iPad run faster. I have multiple apps open, and Pages, Keynote, Numbers, the web browser, a few games. The iPad app open with me pretty much while I'm in school. Just for something to do, and when I'm not using the iPad, I can listen to music or play a game. And I have to say, it does not slow down at all. I'm able to multitask between apps really easily. Copy and paste runs a lot quicker, I've noticed. And a lot of apps that just were so slow on the iPad 1 really do scream on the iPad 2. Now, especially iBooks. In my opinion, iBooks does really run a lot faster. I noticed on the iPad 1, in my opinion, there's a lag between the flicking your finger and flipping the page, but not with the iPad 2. As soon as I flick the page, the page flips. So I really do like the processor in the iPad 2, and also has a upgraded 512 megabytes of RAM compared to, I believe, 128 megabytes RAM from the previous generation. So overall, I really do like the iPad. I think it's probably my favorite Apple Pie that I used so far. The one thing I would like to see is the stuff that I mentioned earlier, a little bit better cameras, the back a little bit changed around, and if they can try to get the dock connector, but that's not really a big deal. That's just in my opinion. So anyway, guys, leave your comments down below of what you want to see with the iPad 2. I will probably make some videos about GarageBand. I know that's a exclusive app, and also iMovie. Apple's updated some of their apps for iPad 2, so I will probably be making videos on those in the next couple days. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.